The market shoots higher as we await the CPI number. Will it bring back the bears or be a bull breakout party? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the market had pushed higher, but we did not see a wave 4 or 5 in the structure, so it was likely that we would continue to push higher until we saw that. The market pushed up to the 4140 area and then chopped sideways to down from there. Now with CPI looming, the question is, do we take the direct route to 4200 or do we have the B-wave pullback coming? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, today's video is going to be very complex. I apologize in advance. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible to understand. So let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see, we still pushed higher here, but we still don't have what I would call a great wave 4 structure in here. This is still looking like a continuation of wave 3. We did get this pullback here. It was about to the 236, not quite. It was pretty shallow, and then they pushed up and made a new high. It is possible that that move down to 4105 could be wave 4, but it's very shallow, so they're gonna have to prove it to me by breaking down in a bigger pullback. So there are lots of options from here, and it's gonna be a little bit complex and a little bit confusing, and I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. So with the height of this push up, okay, they're starting to get into the territory where we could just be making the direct move to this black circle B or orange circle A wave to the upside. If that's the case, okay, it kind of muddies the water a little bit because you would expect this to be the A wave as we have it labeled, this B wave pullback here, okay, towards the 3980 to 4013 area, and then C back up to complete the move for one of these two paths that we've been talking about. But if we're going directly, this B wave no longer exists. The red count becomes this ABC over here that I have labeled in black. All right. So if that's the case, when we pull back, we have a lot of complexity and confusion because we could be pulling back in the red B wave and then moving higher in red C. We could be pulling back in the orange B wave and then moving higher towards 4400 in orange C. Because if we're at the top of the wave, remember A is complete, so you'd look for B down. And if we're top of the wave here, this A is complete and you're looking for B down, and they're going to look very similar. If we're at the top of the wave B, then you would expect C down, and you would break support down here. Okay, so you'd break through the 3950 area, 3945 area, and then ultimately break that 3800 low, and we'd be on our way down towards 3450. But you could still get this red B wave pullback that holds support back up here in C, and then the black C wave down to 3450. So it's very complex. There's a lot of potential paths here because of how high they've pushed here. But really, I want to see the SPX push over 4120 and break out over 4120 to consider us kind of finishing off these two bigger waves. And when I say break out over 4120, I mean like 4130 and higher. I'm looking for a true breakout, not just a poke above 4120 and then a reversal. So it's very complex. This B wave is the same as the orange B wave in different counts in different places. So it's going to be something that we have to track in real time. I'll give the updates in my room like I always do. And then from there, once we get a little bit of clarity, we should be able to figure out whether we're in this black B, C down or this orange A, B, C up. And that's really what we're trying to get to, is to understand which one of these two counts we're in so that we can adjust accordingly and play accordingly. And here's the thing, guys. Even if you have to wait until they break the 3950 area or even the 3800 area, you still have 450 points to the low side to trap or to catch as you trade it. And even if you get the move up to 4400, that just completes wave 1. You would expect a pretty decent wave 2 pullback down to around 4000, and then you'd look for wave 3 to be very strong up to the 5000 area. So there's going to be plenty of trades coming. This area here is just so complex as we try to figure out off of the low where we're at that there are a lot of options. Unfortunately, corrective waves are incredibly variable. There's always a lot of options on them, and that's why they're so hard to trade and so difficult to follow. And all we can do is watch the key levels and understand where they're at and then trade off of those. So that's where we're at. Very complex. I know a lot of confusion probably as well, but I tried to make that as simple as I could. So hopefully you stayed with me there. Over on the Nasdaq, okay, we're going to have some similar complexity and confusion. As you can see on the Nasdaq, we're almost to the 50% retrace of the move down off the high, and that is a valid B wave target. Okay, it's a little bit low. You'd like to see the 13,100 area, which is our target, the 13,117 area. You'd like to see there at the 618, but the 50% retrace is a very valid target, and we're basically already there. They were just a few points under it, so they don't have to push too much higher to get there. So again, we could consider all of circle A or all of circle B done. All right, but as it stands right now, we're still looking for this red B wave pullback and then C higher up towards this 13,100 area. But if they do continue to push directly over this 12,890 area, then we are looking very much like we could have completed these two waves. And then we'll have to see what we get on the pullback, just like we did on ES, where you could have this orange pullback to B here and then 14,000 higher, or you could have this B wave pullback and up in C and then down in the black C wave towards the 10,500 area. So a lot of complexity, guys. Stick with me on this. I know that I just gave you a whole lot of paths and a whole lot of ways we can go here, but the idea generally is the same. We're looking for this to top out, whether it's with a pullback first and then up or just directly up. Then we need to see what the next pullback gives us. If we hold support and then move higher, okay, and take out whatever high we make, then it becomes very likely we could be in that move up towards 14,000. But if they pull back and break support and start to break down, then it becomes very likely we're going to head lower towards that 10,500 area. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, okay? It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have two incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to become part of our trading team. Make sure you love it and make sure it's for you before you ever spend your money. Okay, in our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. So we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a very cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money. And it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial so you can check it out and make sure it's for you. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. A lot of complexity is involved. The higher they push, the more likely we are going to top in one of these two waves directly. But there is still a possibility for this B wave down, and it is possible we have also already topped out in one of these two waves. So I do know that that is a lot of information to take in and a lot of what ifs, but that's kind of where we're at in the market right now, and sometimes that happens. All right, over on the Nasdaq, same type of deal, a lot of complexity. We're looking for this pullback in B and then C up, but the higher they push and the more they push over this 12,890, the more likely it is we're completing one of these two waves here, and then the pullback will be very important. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.